So here's how I like to prepare my paper before I do a painting, or if I want to do a collage, then I'll often just make the paper have some interest on the base level before I add what I want to put on top. So I've put down pale blue, and now I am scraping over a dark colour over the top of the blue, and I'm using a colour shaper to do this. It has a rubber end and it just spreads the paper over. Now I'm sprinkling it with water, and the water will soften the paint so that it comes off, and you get these little spots and little accidental little marks, which I love. And then I'm putting on just a thin film of acrylic pink just to add a bit of depth. And just wiping it off. It was pretty warm in the studio, so the paint and everything is drying pretty quickly as I put it on. Now I've picked up some acrylic paint with my roller or brayer, and once that's spread over, I'm brushing it with a nail brush and then with a comb, just to get those sort of nice lines coming through it. Then a little bit more water goes on, and then I'm scraping that back as well. Okay, for this one, on with the first layer of paint, which in this case is just a pale yellow. I try and fill the square as much as I can, because the magic is when you paint over the top of that. That's really just the very base layer. And then over the top with my colour shaper comes a dark bluey grey. And if I overlap it, then I can get nice sort of films of different thicknesses. Once again sprinkling it with water and then scraping that back. Look at the lovely marks that that colour shaper makes on the right hand side of the paper. I'm just cleaning it off. Rolling on a bit of brown paint, quite thin, and then a bit more water, and then scraping through that with a comb, and then scraping back the water. Now if I want to use this paper for collage, I've got the right hand side to use as well. Here I go with brown, making really lovely soft marks, and colour shaper makes some beautiful marks on the paper. You can get these in different widths as well, so you could use a wide one and a thin one. This is a little bit thinner, coming in over the top of the brown with pale blue. And look how filmy it gets when you layer the blue on top of blue with that dark colour underneath. Water again, and then scraping that back. Really lovely soft effects. Coming in with a darker blue with the brayer, the roller. Scraping through with a comb, getting those fine lines. More water, and then scraping off the water with the colour shaper. This one I start with the dark blue colour, a real dark, almost black blue. And on this one I'm not covering the whole paper with the paint. I'm leaving some white spaces that can be filled with the yellow paint when I come in over the top. Look at that gorgeous filmy yellow coming in through there. On with the water. Scraping that water across the surface. Then I'm scraping on some pale blue over the top of that one. All of this is just exploring and experimenting to see what sort of effects come up. On with some more water and scraping back with the colour shaper.